porch because I think it's starting to sprinkle. Oh my goodness, what am I gonna do? Hello, hello. How's everybody doing today? I have a sign that I want to show you, but of course I want to start with a sound check. If you hear a generator noise in the background, it'll shut off in a minute, of course. Our generator's running its test. As soon as I open the door, I'll walk away from it a little bit. Okay, it stopped. It was drizzling. I'm going to stay very close to home. It is about 46 degrees right now. Hi, Donna. Hello, hello. Can you hear me okay? Oh, and there's one other thing I need to do real quick. You can still hear me okay. All right. Okay. So I was getting out my headband and my little neck gaiter. Usually, if I'm not on live, I cover my whole nose and mouth when I'm walking, but at least it'll keep my neck warm. But let me go back up towards my porch. So I was going through my closet, getting out all my winter gear, and I found this, and I was like, no way. This is the perfect example, I think. Watch this. Okay. A little muffled. I bet it's because I've got these. If I lift this up a little, does that help? Let's see. Maybe that'll help a little bit. Alright. I can't put it down. Okay. Can you see this? Do you see the hole in it? I see. Hi, Tomboy. Look what I'm showing. This is bought from the store. So look at the hole. It looks like I held it up and I'm like, it looks like it could be cut. Depending on how you lay it or hold it. Like, let me see if I can flip my camera around. I'm going to flip my camera around. Yeah. See how, if it's not perfectly, like if I put it smooth, you can see it's got a seam, right? It's got a seam. But when you just like flop it down, you know, it could look like in a photo that it's cut. So I think the one in the photos that they got from Brian's house or car could be just one of these that's bought from the store. When I held it up, I don't know. I think from a photo it could look like it's cut. Yes, the neck does get bigger, but that could just be the style of this one. Like this one goes all the way down to protect your neck. I'm sure there's all different styles, right? But just, I was shocked. Like, see how it's laying and it's not a perfect outline. So I just think it could look like it was cut. So, is my sound better with, trying to uncover I want my ears to stay warm, but I don't want to cover up. I use this as a microphone. I do have, a Bluetooth clip-on microphone. I'll have to play around with that. Yeah, the one in the photos is definitely shorter. I agree. My focus was the way it looked cut. Like I for sure thought the one in the photo. Oh my gosh, it's freezing out here, you guys. I thought for sure the one in the photo looked cut, and when I pulled mine out, I was like, oh my gosh, this looks cut too, because the way I was holding it up. But it's not. So, and, you know, I live somewhere in a snow belt, and I had one of those in my closet. I didn't even know I had it. Oh, the whole part? Yeah. I'm putting my glove on. Only one glove, because I can't get a glove on this hand. Oh, and speaking of gloves, so I wear these, like, flimsy little knit gloves, because in that photo they had all different kinds of gloves, but I have different versions of these, so, I understand the typing, you know, especially if you're on your phone, like, they, try to autocorrect stuff. Yeah, I get it. Yeah, so I don't think those photos of the hat and hats and gloves were shocking. Now that I saw, hi Mark, good to see you. Glad to see some greens in here. I'm telling you, on my phone, those purple and blue peace signs, they pop. I love it. I think if you're on a computer, they don't show up as good, but oh my goodness, I think when the weather's like this, like, I don't mind being outside in the cold. The cold I can handle, but it's drizzling right now, and I don't like that. When it's days like this, I think I'm gonna start doing like instead of a walk and talk, I'm gonna do a fireside chat. So I'll sit by my fire and still go live like this, but I won't be walking outside. That's gonna be my backup plan. I just didn't know it was gonna be drizzly today. I thought it was just going to be cold. It's not too bad right now. If it gets worse, I'll head back inside. I was showing Carlos last night the Corbin Smith video. Did you guys watch that? I'm sure. Because I keep telling him, you know, Carlos laughs at me because we say, oh, the cops are buffoons, you know. And so I keep trying to show him stuff. Here's why we say that. Oh, Tomboy, thank you. Yes, I could do that. The thing about my hand is it's my thumb that, like, I can't bend my thumb at all. And it's very sensitive. So just getting it in the brace without anything on it is challenging. So making it thicker, I don't know. I just could put a sock over my hand. Yeah. It's not that bad right now. Although, I'm okay. But I kept showing Carlos how Corbin Smith was supposed to be just guarding the back door. And then how funny it was that he could, not funny, but why did he keep going in the house? Why was he running up and down the steps? Like, that was so weird. A lot of people made the comment, like, he was speeding around. Maybe something was making him hyper. And then we were watching it slow down to see if he actually opened the slider or not. I don't think he did. I think I left Dago's show. Hi, Lucy. It is cold. It's cold. And it's drizzling here. But I'm trying to make myself walk, no matter what, unless it's too bad. But I think I left Dago's. He went back and clarified the sliding door, I believe, because I went back and watched replay. And I agree. I don't think he actually moved the door. It did sound like it. Even Lucy, even Carlos thought it sounded like you could hear the slider opening. But then we were like, no, maybe it's something else. I think Dago even said maybe it was his like actual body cam making a noise, or I was joking, and I'm like, well, if it's not the slider, he bumped into something else. So he's still like trashing the crime scene. No, I'm exaggerating, but they never should have been walking through that house. Scratching his back on the door jamb. Yeah, that was. I think that was a different part of the video. I know what you're talking about. It looked like he was doing some kind of like, I don't know, some kind of funky move near that door. But I do know he probably also had to turn sideways. Yep, I'm your weather warning friend, Lucy. Bundle up, girl, and bundle Pitbull Pedimus up. I never did the booty thing or the sweater thing for my dogs. And my dogs were tiny. They were like 10 pounds, 14 pounds. I had two sisters. I don't have them anymore. They passed away, but we just let them out. You know, go out, do your thing, come back in. Okay, Corbin Smith. I've had some comments about the Vampire Diary thing. I know Jess has messaged me and wrote some comments. He actually sent me the clip of that part of the show, and I would love to show it, but I'm like hesitant with YouTube giving me strikes and stuff like that, so I don't feel comfortable showing it, but I do agree that the language from the Vampire Diaries matches what Dylan says, and you know, if that's what she, I'm not arguing that, because I think there's way more other things that are important, times, activities, that we're looking at, what is said in the videos, what's written in the reports, the fact of them being awake, whether she's reciting something from a show, the bottom line is she heard stuff, she was awake, and she was scared enough to hide and didn't call 911. His sweaters, his hoodie ones that have ears that make him look like a bear. That's so cute. That's so cute. I want to see pictures. That's cute. So, also, I was thinking, I know Bethany says they were watching Vampire Diaries in the living room, and then I think Dylan said she put it on her phone when she went in her room. Is that correct? Did I hear that correctly? So, if it's playing in the living room, I mean, we'll leave the living room and leave stuff playing all the time. But when it gets to the end of an episode, like, it'll play through the whole, it'll go to the next episode, then it'll go to the next episode, but at some point, it'll get to the end of the season, and then it stops. So let's see, if that was at 2 something to 2 hours, there's probably more than 2 hours worth of episodes, so could have still been playing. That could have been what she heard. But again, that just takes away maybe there was no male voice. There was no male voice. It was just the TV. Okay. Bethany heard the table moving and cups falling. You saw Xana on the floor. You knew something was bad enough to make you scared. Hi, Dago. Dago, when I first went on, I showed a picture of a face mask, a ski mask thing that just has one hole for your eyes and nose. I found it in my closet, and I was like, oh my god, because it does have a seam, and it's not very big. The hole is not very big. I'll show it again when I get back at my house. And if you're live later, I can come on and show you. But I just thought it was interesting because I was concerned that they found a face mask in Brian's possession that looked like it was scissors that cut it out. Like, that's weird. But now I don't think that's what it is at all. I don't think that's what it is at all. I think the way that this thing lays makes it look like that. Sorry I keep repeating that, you guys, but I thought it was interesting. I'm muted! Oh no. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Okay, how's it? How's this? That's okay. That's okay. You can still hear me? That's okay, Diego. I'm using headphones, as my microphone, and I keep using different ones to see which one is better. I also have a little Bluetooth microphone that I need to try out. The Bluetooth, I don't know. The Bluetooth makes me nervous. Although that's what my headphones are, so I don't know why I'm worried about it. Okay, so the Corbin Smith video, that was weird. Diego, I was also saying that I went back and looked how you clarified about the sliding door. Because Carlos and I were watching that too, and we thought the same thing. Like, at first we thought, oh, we can hear it, and then we're like, no, he's probably just hit something else. I might be muffled, because I have my ears covered. Let's see. It's not so bad now. Is that better? I see my ears sticking out. I have no shame when I do my walk and talks. Oh boy. Well, thanks for hanging in there with me, you guys, even if I'm a little muffled. So I think you guys know that I've been curious about that DK guy. That's the apartment owner. And that document was it document 77, where they talk about that G person with the knives hidden in the wood piles and stuff like that. I went back and looked. There was a report. I want to say it was like 10 to 15, somewhere in there, from the Moscow docs, where they were talking to AA. I think I have this right. And that person mentions an LK. I don't think it's LM anymore, Tomboy. I gotta look into that because I'm gonna do a video on this, or the next time I go live, like live at my laptop. I don't think it's LM. I think, well, unless she's married, because the L woman, right, the mom, the crazy mom, she is the daughter of DK. She's the daughter of DK. Her name starts with L. So at some point, like, her maiden name would be LK. Maybe she's got a married name that ends with M. Yes. So that makes sense. That makes sense. Because then she's the mom of GM. Yes. I just think that's so weird. And I still think, like, is there a possibility that that's the L that's with Dylan? If there's a tie, like if that's the segment that's, like, connected, I just think that would give a reason for her being in that house. But that's crazy. That's just me crazy, you know. Crazy thoughts. Well, I did take good notes on this. So it was DK. He has a sister that starts with R, so RK. That's his sister, and they're older. Like DK is the grandparent of that GM because his daughter is LM. So I know that, but I want to find out where that house is. Which apartments does he own? Where does he live? Because where he lives, that's where that woodpile and shed is. Oh, Molly has all the names. Yeah, were you guys in Tommy's last live that he did? And he went through that whole list of initials. I wrote them all down. Like double, triple check to make sure I had them all. And there was no DK on there. I couldn't find. Or that SB that Lana was talking about. There was no SB on there either. You guys have any ideas about that? SB? And I think it's interesting that they caught him on video coming out of a dorm. I thought all the cameras on campus went down that night. Isn't that what they said? Didn't they say the cameras are offline? Because they caught him, I don't know, midnight, 1 in the morning, 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning. How'd they get that camera? Where's that camera from? I'm sure the wind isn't helping my hearing either. Can you guys see the raindrops? Yep, who's SB? The only person I can think of is that Saeed. I don't know. I have no idea what his last name is. Do you guys know his last name? Is that Tomboy? Tomboy, is the timing of that relevant for when they might have been on to BK? Like, how can you go searching for somebody at stores when you don't have his name yet? Is that what you're talking about? I agree with that. I'm gonna go stand on my porch. It is raining. It's raining now. The leaves, Dago, our snow did not stick. Just lots of leaves. I did not mow my lawn like the rest of my neighbors one more time. I'm letting nature do its thing. Leave the leaves and let the snow come. So, okay, I want to talk about the Corbin camera. Oh, there was something about Bethany and Dylan being up in their room. I want to dig into the timeline. It's gone. Oh, the snow. Yeah. Yeah, that's typical. I want to dig into the timeline more about when Bethany said that they were up in Kaylee and Maddie's room. I think that's crucial, and those investigators did not ask enough questions. Even if they didn't know day one, or by the second interview, they interviewed Bethany for the second interview on the 16th. But at some point, they would have to realize Bethany and Maddie took the dog out. The dog went missing. Something that was important in Bethany's interview about that was she said Kaylee was getting ready for bed. So Kaylee was getting... Now, I don't know if it's in the video or if it's in the document, because I read the document and then I watched the video. I think it's important to compare the two to see how the officer wrote down what he heard, because I think some things got changed. But Bethany did say Kaylee, because they were in Kaylee's room, got ready for bed. So that's interesting if I don't remember what clothing they said she was found in. Yeah, I think. Oh, Dylan has a video and Bethany has a picture. Bethany's picture that I heard was with Dylan and Elle with Lakeland in the living room for sure. Kaylee was found in a sweatshirt and black plaid. Okay, so that makes sense. Okay, so she did have some like PJ type clothing on. Because I know we were questioning that. I also think Dylan and Bethany would have been around. I don't know if they were right there next to them, but they would have been around to know that Kaylee was texting or calling Jack. What was that about? Even if they didn't hear that and the officers find out about it, couldn't they ask? You know, maybe the girls, that's what my point is. Maybe Bethany or Dylan don't bring it up themselves, but the officers know that information, so then you would ask, hey, did you hear them saying anything about Jack? Did you hear them making plans to get a hold of him? Any reason why they might be trying to get a hold of Jack? Did you guys hear any of those questions? No. No, 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 no. Is Dago still in here? I'm going to show you that thing if you are. Yeah, the 17-minute phone call. That's weird. That's weird. And if it's not Jack, I would be like, where was your phone? Who was near your phone? Who had access to your phone? Oh, okay, look at this, Dago. Now, I know the neck is longer, but that's just different styles. But depending on how it's laying, like, it can look, cut. Like, look at that. Yeah, I freaked out when I found this in my closet. But, do you see, it's got a seam. See, this does have a seam, but it's still, it can look like it's there's an issue. Thank you for telling me. I greatly appreciate that. Greatly appreciate that. No, I appreciate it. Anytime there's no sound or anything, I like to know because it's frustrating to keep talking and nobody can hear you. Is it better? Oh, now my driveway camera's going to keep going off. That's okay. So anyways, they said it looks like the police are not going to make an arrest. And I think like, I've got that plebeial stuff on the brain, and I just feel like they're thinking there's not enough evidence to, like, really put the smack down on somebody to make them plea. And you know they don't want to go to trial, right? But I don't understand how they couldn't arrest somebody. And I think it's because they're saying we can't prove that it wasn't an accidental death. They can't prove it was a homicide. Even though it looks like, listen to this, her body was dismembered and someone ordered farm equipment that could be used to dispose of a body in the house. In the house. But that's not enough evidence for that. So that case is disappointing. And then the last thing, I know you guys, Dago, did you follow the, like, Lady Bird Lake killings and how they're in Texas, they're trying to maybe connect it to the smiley face killer theory. I have been interested in following that group, SFK, forever, and I found a survivor. I figured he did, tomboy. I haven't really followed the Lady Bird Lake stuff. Like, I know about it. Like, I know people were found in the lakes and all of that, but I don't know how much is similar to the smiley face killer theory. Like, I'm jumping all over the place, Dago. When I do my walks, I just talk about different topics. Right now, I'm talking about smiley face killers. And this is the last thing I wanted to talk about, and then I'll probably cut it short because the weather's horrible. There was a survivor. So, no, nothing new, but I just like to cover it. I like to talk about it because, I guess the newness is they're trying to connect it to what happened in Austin and now Houston. What happened with Riley, what was his last name? In Tennessee. There was a kid, his name was Colin Fortney in Wisconsin. And some of the oldest cases of this are in Wisconsin. And there were 5 or 6 college age, like, super smart, like, engineering students, doctor students, college athletes. They all fit this, like, prototype, this type. They were all at bars. They all end up getting found in a lake. And there was, like, 5 or 6 of them within, like, 10 years or something, 5 years. This Colin Forney woke up in the Mississippi River, swam to a cement block, pulled himself up out of the water, laid on, like, the shore for a little while, and then stumbled to a hospital and was like, I don't know what happened to me. The only thing I remember is dancing in a club and waking up in a river. Isn't that crazy? That's crazy. And the other crazy thing is a guy he was with, and his friends, he had to have been taken somewhere because his friends looked for him until like 5 in the morning. And if you know the smiley face killer theory, the bodies don't turn up right away. They're gone for days, sometimes up to a month, before they show up in the water. So he just didn't have days being away, missing. He had hours. So yeah, so he is a survivor, but he doesn't help because he doesn't remember anything. He doesn't know anything, which I just think is the strangest. Now, I've never been drugged with GHB, so I don't know what that is like. But the other weird thing is that one of his friends or maybe it's just a guy that was at the same bar, he also ended up at the same hospital, passed out. Same kind of thing. His originally parked to somewhere else, and then he showed up in the hospital. And he doesn't remember moving his truck. Like, he doesn't remember anything. So it seems like maybe a smiley face killer attack that maybe didn't go according to plan. They tried a couple different people. That one's a weird one. So I think it's interesting to look back on the original cases, and then compare those to what we're seeing in Austin and Houston. And again, I haven't really looked into them too much, but I need to. Okay, well, I've been on for almost 35 minutes. I'm sorry I'm rushing this one, but I didn't know it was going to be rainy like this today. I need to do a better job at checking out the forecast. Thank you for joining me. I'm going to start doing my fireside for the winter time, except when I take you guys outside to see the pretty snow. I will do that. So, please hit the like button on your way out. I know you guys always do. You guys are the best. I appreciate your support, as always. Love you guys. Have a great day. And I'm sure I'll see you guys all over at Dago's if he's going on. And yeah, I'll see you again on my Monday live. I'll see you guys then. Be looking for videos too. I've got some queued up ready to go. So, all right, have a great day. Yep. Okay, Dago. We'll see you over there. Bye, everybody. Stay warm.